Welcome to today's episode of The Hidden Archives of Mystimon Saga. And we have Giovanna finally actually here this time.
I've been dead.
Hooray! More
Hooray.
chaos. More chaos. When last we left, you guys found a friend in the middle of the woods. A ghost star who apparently can write messages and create illusions. Things that ghost stars don't typically know how to do. So this is an unusual ghost star. And for Bella's sake, but ghost stars are think of like will-o-wisps. They're a Mystimon that are based on like will-o-wisp. And this one's a friendly one. Very friendly. And Meek apparently doesn't know upside down from upside up. But what else is new? As we start off, you guys are at the ranch while you were seeing a lot of the weirdness that the other team is dealing with lately. They're just right here on the ranch. Just a lot of weirdness. And Tarek, you receive a call from Crystal. She's got a case for you.
Oh, very good.
She says this one actually comes from a very strange place. And I say a strange place because I've not received a single I've not received a single request from this place in like ever, and we don't even have a hall there. We just got a case coming in from Highwind.
Tarek takes a moment to shout out to the other people. Hey, we're gonna need to get a group together to go to Highwind, it sounds like.
Yeah, we apparently there's a group of there's an island off the coast of Highwind, and on this island there is a lighthouse, and they rotate out these lighthouse keepers on a regular basis, right? Only when the next group came in to rotate out with the last group, they found things in kind of disarray, and they need your help right away.
Should we be bringing in the goblins so they can help with repairs?
No, you should probably not bring the goblins because they might damage the lighthouse.
Okay. So
Are you upstairs or downstairs?
I'm downstairs right now.
Giovanna
in the main
falls down the
meeting area.
stairs. Just falling down the stairs into the stairs.
And she lands. You're falling down the stairs?
Well, okay, if I fall, would it be funnier if I fall down the stairs or if I did a backflip down the stairs?
It's unlikely that you're going to do
You're
either. So.
you're going to take some fall damage.
Yeah, but I'm purposely falling down the stairs. I'm not like falling.
Giovanna takes 13 fall damage.
Okay, I'm.
Okay, so I passed the call stone over to Meek really quickly, and run to attend the automaton who is falling down the stairs. Are you okay? What's going on? And offer to help pick her up, and if she accepts that, because sometimes she's a little reluctant to accept help, but if she accepts that, then I have a plan.
I look at him and I say, I was practicing my backflips too close to the stairs again.
No, I believe that, and Tarek offers a hand.
I allow him to help me.
While I'm picking her up, I also use that moment to use lay on hands, and so I will heal up some of the damage that has occurred from falling down the stairs.
So I can look at the stone, looking at Javon, and I was like, really? It's one of those days, huh?
He'll look up and see you on the call stone, and I say, oh, we got a case? Guess we're really bringing A-team today. Haha. Just kidding, I'm obviously B-team, but let's go. Woo.
What?
Don't worry. How much did you heal me for, Derek?
So, I can, if you're willing, I can actually heal you. Well, I should be able to heal for more than just the 6 hit points. Give me a second. Yeah, it's at 4th level, so I can I'll heal you fully.
Yay!
Because it should be 24, and you took 13, so that's 3rd level. So
everybody thank Tarek for going ahead and using up one of his uses of lay on hands.
For the automaton falling down the stairs. For me, a player character, to actively hurt herself.
Yeah, I would say ask the goblins grab a buffer, might buff that out.
It's just another day in archives.
Yeah, I have a little more healing magic, but that's the most reliable one. So
yeah, Mika was about to ask the goblin, or said, "Hey, grab the buffer
again."
Yeah, buff that out.
Mm-hmm. Did they just grab some those hammers they use to do the dent thingies on cars?
Slide hammer.
Yeah. You just hear in the background just a bunch of construction noises, and it sounds really terrible, but I somehow come back perfect.
Oh, I'd have left a little dent. You got a bundle?
You just look over, and it's how you have the car paint that's slightly discolored? That's me right now.
I want to just note real quick. According to the timer on OBS, we're only 9 minutes into the session.
9?
Yes, only 9.
I thought it was only 5.
It's taken about 4 minutes to frickin' handle all the lay on hands and other stuff.
I mean, I fell down the stairs. I didn't say he had to heal me. I just thought it'd be funny.
Whereas, this is just a matter of concern for Tarek, who's worried that you might be hurting yourself due to your recent traumas.
I mean, we don't need to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to talk about why I'm doing backflips in the stairs. We don't need to discuss that.
Note he did not, but I'm saying it as the player. So yeah, that's the fun. So
Giovanna's
yeah,
Tarek
Meek.
and is like,
By the way, Meek has the call stone, so we can get the rest of the details.
Yeah, when you say that, me just shakes a little bit. Hey, is this how this thing works? Oh, wait, never mind. First time messing with these damn calm stones.
This lighthouse has been manned for centuries, even since the First Age. A few days ago, the Vikarn on the mainland were informed by ships coming in that the lighthouse is not operational. Having heard the stories of the island, the investigators are called in to do a welfare check on the island and determine what happened and if the keepers are okay.
I whisper to the guys, and I'm just like, guys, I think they might be dead.
You think everybody's dead.
It's possible.
No!
But we should investigate to find out.
I think everyone's dead, but, like, every time this happens to us, we end up with, like, a dead kid. And that's really depressing.
You're not wrong.
I don't recall any dead kids.
Okay, there wasn't a dead kid, but there's, like, a missing kid, and all that was left of him was, like, a bloody room.
Ah, yes,
Well,
that was the
house.
that was the one that got possessed, possibly by a serial killing spirit.
Giovanna
Right.
just chooses. Giovanna is just gonna, like, have a long stare off into the distance, and it's like, just lies down on the floor.
Like the 1,000-yard stare.
Yes. 1,000-yard stare.
I believe that was the demon house, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That story arc is not over with, but that's not the story, obviously, so...
And Giovanna just wants to know where that child is.
We'll get back to that story arc, eventually.
Anyways, but Giovanna's just laying on the floor. She's like, guys, just tell me when it's time to go.
We'll be going soon. Do you need anything that you need to prepare?
I look at my calendar and I'm like, I can cancel therapy again.
I don't know that Bifrost will appreciate that, but yeah, we'll figure that out.
You know, I look at him and I'm like, you know, Bifrost, he'll just, you know.
Tarek shrugs. I don't get him either.
Yeah.
Or is he him?
I
He
do
doesn't seem
therapy
used.
more for his benefit than mine, you know, just to make him feel better. Because he thinks I have some sort of underlying trauma from trying to kill myself or whatever. And finding out my death.
You notice that Bifrost is very intently focused on this weirdness that's going on the ranch.
Yeah, he's not gonna notice that I miss therapy.
No, he's not going to notice.
I'll just leave him a little note that says, "Hey, gone fishing."
We could call our expedition a little bit of therapy in action. How about that?
Oh gods.
Therapy in action by taking a trauma victim on a case sounds like the Wayfinder Society to me.
Yep.
Giovanna just picks up some bowls of soup that are currently lying everywhere around the cabin.
Crystal says, "Oh, I'm gonna get workers' complaints at this rate."
I mean, you're
We'll
the
take
one.
care of it.
Listen, I'm fine. Everyone, I'm fine. Zolgoth being my dad has had no impact on my mental state at all.
And him being my uncle has no impact on my mental state. You seem to forget that he's Crystal's uncle.
Yo, you've had a lot more time to compartmentalize that than I have.
You're an
Yeah,
automaton. It's not like you're actually biologically related to him. She is.
I look at her and I'm like, I don't know what that means. He's my dad.
It's a calm zone. She doesn't see it, thank goodness.
Yeah, Me's looking at Giovanna was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Don't worry about it. I just, me and my dad just have some personal issues that we need to work through. I think I can fix him.
And Crystal
Wait,
and
what?
Crystal and her uncle have some personal issues to deal with. And quite frankly, Ira and her mother have some personal issues to deal with. There seems to be family issues all over the place here.
There really are, and Giovanna's handling it the worst somehow.
Yeah, me scratching his head like, wait a minute, how the hell that's possible? You're a damn machine.
Listen. If I break myself and then Bifrost puts me back together, then he'll be my new dad. And then I don't have to deal with the emotional complex that comes with everything else.
Yeah, me slowly looks around and hey, come Warriors, break her down. Like Bifrost put back together.
I dare our viewers to try to wrap their heads around what she just said.
This is Giovanna's moody arc.
Anyways, we've got a freaking case to solve here.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go do that. Let's stop focusing on me and mine ever.
Yeah. Why don't we do that?
I just walk onto the airship, like no one's even there, and just there now. I just started walking away.
So we need to get there. We need to look into what happened. There's no details they're not willing to share with you?
Do you have any questions? We've been focusing on this whole thing with Giovanni here for the past 5 minutes, or 10 minutes, or 20 minutes. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, so there's... They got there and things were in chaos. Did they give you any specific descriptions of what they saw? What's going on?
So... They were getting reports from ships coming in that lighthouse was just not operational. It wasn't working. And there was no light. And that's kind of dangerous, especially in an area where there's known to be a lot of fog and winter storms and snowstorms and stuff like that. That could be kind of dangerous. And they were just about to do a rotation anyways, so they just said, okay, why don't we just have the next rotation group go in and see what the hell happened to them. And they haven't really there's like no real means of communication between that island and the mainland. They don't have comm stones, and in fact, comm stones don't even work out there.
Giovanna is suddenly back and says, "So what you're telling me is, they said, actually, since these people have gone missing and we haven't been able to contact them, we're gonna send more people there that we also can't contact to tell if it's like okay or not." That was the plan.
Well, the comstone should work in a certain area, correct?
The comstones do not work from that island. No one's ever been able to determine why comstones do not work from that island.
Giovanna
Well-
100% believes that the light bulb just blew.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Should we just break a new light bulb just in case?
Yeah, I think we should, just in case that's the issue.
We should be okay. I anticipate it should be fine, and as long as we can get dropped off close enough, we should be, maybe we can send Rune out to give you updates from time to time.
Giovanna is 100% bringing one of those, like, nightlight light bulbs with them. Just in case it's just a light bulb issue.
Okay, so we just pick up a light bulb and head out there.
Yeah.
Those are huge light bulbs.
That's
Hey,
why.
Well, let's go get one.
Yeah. I mean, it can't hurt. I mean, either way, maybe it just needs a fresh light bulb.
So,
Save maintenance time, guys.
So, anyways, we are flying north from Ulmana up to Highwind.
Where we've never been before.
Yeah.
Hang on to your butts.
And this tiny island off the coast of Highwind is called Samarov.
Okay.
And it is just off the coast of Stavanger, the largest port city in Highwind. So you are able to land. You're able to dock at Stavanger.
Oh, are we having to do reflex saves to see if we stay upright from Rune's driving?
Yeah. She likes to do that when nobody's expecting it. It's like, BAM!
Oh no.
Giovanna just plasters against the freaking helm.
Giovanna just falls and she's like, I feel nothing.
So I take
How
it
long-
Rude is a very rough flyer, a very rough pilot.
Yeah. She's like the boost, like the speed.
She goes from 0 to max immediately. Like, no cushion.
No gradual. Yeah,
No
nothing
graduation.
gradual. Nothing gradual, just immediate boost.
Quick question: how long is the passage?
How long is the flight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it more than 10 minutes?
Oh yeah, it is a lot more than 10 minutes. You're flying from the ranch, which is in Zalamba, and that is thousands of miles, like a long ways away. That's like, yeah, that's a long ways away. It'll take you about an hour, 2 hours. I'd say about actually around 3 hours.
So, sometime in that time period, I can then use some time to regain my focus,
Sure.
so I can do the lay on hands again.
Yeah, you'll probably want to keep that on reserve in case Giovanna decides to throw herself off a cliff.
I heard that one proposed before, yeah. So we're keeping it ready, and one of the ways that I can regain my focus is actually showing compassion and counseling. So I'll take some time just to chat and be friendly.
Yeah, let Giovanna bust herself to pieces. Just shove her in the backpack and someone just carry her and say,
Oh my gods. So, You pack up into a ship from Stravengar, heading towards Salmarov. And
None of us have been there, right?
no one's ever been. You
No one goes there.
you guys have never been to Highwind. In fact, make a society check.
Who?
Anyone? I don't care.
I'm really doing poorly today.
The scary thing is, your poorly looked like my okay. Sorry, there's dog in the background.
So, Meek, you think you've heard of Samarov. You think this is one of the oldest lighthouses in the world that's still in operation.
Yeah, now he's thinking to himself, I hope to hell we brought the right bulb.
And as you arrive on the island, you find that you arrive at this very tiny dock that sits at the foot of this huge staircase that goes all the way up this rocky cliff. This is a very rocky, mountainous island. About as rocky and mountainous as Highwind itself.
Oh my god.
What are the people here like? What are their traditions? Is there anything special about things that they do that nobody else does?
Now I see what they call Highwind.
Yeah, I believe you.
Yeah, Highwind is called Highwind because the continent itself is literally a mountain. It is the most mountainous continent in the world.
Do they have any kind of like special recreation or unusual things they do? You know, really
Hiking.
amusing clothing.
Oh, that mountain climbing?
Well, they're Vikarans, so yeah, they do a lot of mountain climbing. They do a lot of mining. There's a lot of that mountain is very rich in ore.
Is there like a... Can I buy...
They gotta have really nice like sculpting or other special things. Do they have like plenty of little tourist knickknacks?
Stravengar is best known for its beef jerky.
Ah!
I actually want to find a collar for my Neko because I realize I don't have one. He's just wearing a hat.
So we'll keep our eyes peeled when we're back in Highwind.
Yeah,
When we get done with this.
I like to buy a vowel. Oh, so I can say, oh shit, when I see this place.
Yeah, I'm imagining that the weather patterns are gonna be kind of crazy for around here.
Yeah, the weather is pretty crazy out here. And as you arrive at Samarov, this very tiny island out off the coast of Highwind, you find that it's a very mountainous island, and you arrive at this very tiny dock at the foot of this long staircase that goes all the way up this cliffside up onto the main part of the island. And as you get up to the stairs, you notice, the very first thing that you notice is that the steel railings that follow this staircase, they're bent over. Now, Vikaran steel is known around the world as some of the strongest steel in the world. No one can make steel as strong as the Vikarans can, especially with the ore that they have in their mountains in Highwind.
these rails rusted?
No. In fact,
Are there-
that's a peculiar property of Vicaran steel. It is impervious to rust.
Are there any bodies at the bottom of these, like, railings and stairs that we can, like,
No.
see?
No.
No?
So that is the very first thing you notice. Is you come up to these to this very long staircase, and I mean it's a very long staircase. It's about 200 steps.
Oh, great. This could be fun for this little guy.
I can carry you! Again, Giovanna is canonically 6 foot tall.
Yeah, me's only half that.
Giovanna's 100% carrying you. Also because Giovanna thinks you're cute.
Hey!
I mean, I'd ask you first. I wouldn't just, like, pick you up. I'm, like, a little off the wall, but I'm not just gonna, like, pick you up and be like...
Yeah, how long you don't grab my cheek, try to pull it, stretch it off to the sides.
I'm not. I'm holding you, like... You know how, like, children hold, like, teddy bears and stuff that are kind of too big?
Oh,
like-
my arms out to the side, my legs hanging, like... Please. Come on.
I mean, you can either do that, or you can ride me like a little backpack.
Hey, what?
Like a little backpack. Like your little backpack on me.
Oh gods.
It might be valuable for Meek to be able to look at a different perspective than you and I have. So perhaps we can save the carrying for another time.
Yeah, this could be a fun part. Might be a lot of steps, but I can move.
Yeah, with this bent over steel railing, you guys are going to have to make some athletics checks
To walk upstairs?
because the steel railing is bent over. You've got nothing to grab onto.
I don't know about you, but IRL, I don't touch the railing because I live life on the edge, and I've never once fallen downstairs.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
What are we doing? Athletics? Acrobatics?
Athletics.
I don't want to do
I do have a rope if you want to tie on.
Like I said.
I'll stay there and let Giovanna go.
I feel so personally disrespected.
Giovanna does have flight, though, correct?
Yes.
So
No, I'm not using my once-a-day flight for this.
It makes it just immediately just like, he scours up the steps and scout ahead. He doesn't even know what's going on behind him. All he knows is that Giovanna and Tarek is like taking her time.
Yeah,
Doesn't even know if Giovanna fall off or not.
Yeah, Tarek did offer a rope to anybody who wants to tie on, and then he
Giovanna
starts up.
100%. No, Giovanna's not using it. I refuse. It's a matter of principle now.
Okay, I gotta get up a certain distance and I look back and I ask Tarek, hey, where's Giovanna?
She's taking her time. It's okay.
Okay.
We'll join eventually.
Yeah, she's taking her time.
I feel so personally disrespected.
It's not my
Tarek's-
fault you didn't train in athletics.
You know what? If it had been an acrobatics check, it would have been better.
Hey, it's kind of weird. Got expert, then we got trained, then we got untrained.
Yep.
Again, I'm just saying that it should have been acrobatics, because I don't think my strength plays into how well I can climb stairs.
Well, in Pathfinder, climbing is athletics.
Get stairs. I'm so upset.
It's Pathfinder.
Javon's just gonna take a year to climb these stairs.
That's
Ter-
fine. She can take 10. Take 10 and do it 10 times longer. Take 10 times longer.
Once it's clear that Giovanna's going to make it up the stairs, then Tarek will, vault up this, because this is sort of what he's made for.
Yeah, she's just taking her time.
Yeah, just like, I'm enjoying the scenery.
It's a view.
Yeah, it's a view. Except Highwind's kind of covered with a cloud of fog.
It's a view.
It's covered with a fog bank.
Can I see what I can see in the fog? Can I just stare out into the fog?
Sure,
Like an old
make
fisherman.
a perception check as you're trying to climb these stairs. Badly. 27.
I may be badly climbing stairs, but I see everything.
It is a thick fog bank.
I take it that Meek's at the base of the lighthouse by now.
Tarek and Meek, you two make it up to the top of the stairs, and when you make it there, you are greeted by a Vikaran who's holding out a flask of something. You're not sure what it is exactly. Hey, good job making it up here.
Yeah, that's really something. What tied on that could pull that out of place like that?
No.
Does it look like he's offering that flask?
Yes, yeah.
Tarek will take a good and hearty swig. I'm readying for the fortitude roll.
Make a fortitude save, please.
Giovanna comes up the stairs and is just like, what if we told you about drinking out of strangers' glasses? Who raised you?
You almost cough. You almost cough. You go. It is strong shit. It is some strong shit.
I just look at Tarek and
You
I'm
brew
like,
this
you can't
yourself.
You
You brew
can't
this
drink.
yourself.
It's just Picard vodka.
Ah, I'll have to get some when we go back to Highwind.
You don't hold your drink very well, do you?
Oh, I hold all the drinks really well. But this will be great. We can have our engineer use this on the airship.
I'm just staring at Tarek and I'm like, which one of us is the self-destructive one here?
Tarek always accepts the first drink.
Tarek's gonna get poisoned one day.
There is an NPC that's dangerous.
What is the perception check for, Meek?
If I notice if Tarek is drunk already.
He's not drunk, maybe a little buzzed.
He's feeling
Giovanna
winded a
drink?
little bit.
Yeah.
Now I'm also roll my perception set to see how strong that vodka was.
Oh, it's strong.
It's all the proof.
It's all the proof.
It's abstinent.
Yeah, it's a 100 proof? Yeah,
It's
me
250 proof.
Oh my god. You'd be freaking blind by now.
Right.
Can you see?
Yeah, no, I can see. No,
Giovanna
this is...
takes the flask out of Tarek's hands and
Yeah.
hands it back to the man.
Yeah, Tarek is a little winded, and you're kind of starting to see double. You see two Meeks.
No, That's fine. We're good.
Aloha, Jackie, and happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Jackie,
Happy birthday, Jackie.
Jackie, you get 2 epic points.
Oh, by the way, Tarek's plastered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tarek's plastered. He took a swig of a flask of the card vodka that was offered to him by a very
Complete
nice Vacaran. A very nice Vacaran.
He was offering. It's fine.
He is a complete stranger, sir.
Yeah, Casey comes up behind you and what does Casey do? This Vacaran offers you the flask next.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, Meek says, I don't want it. I'm good.
You know what? Hand that stuff over. Let's go. You only live once.
Make a fortitude save.
I'm currently opening FG. It's updating.
Yep.
I literally
you can
look.
make that for me.
No, I want to make an opposed check to take it from them. Like, I'm not letting any. Like, Giovanna's like really dumb, but she's not about just drinking strangers, whatever strangers hand her. She's learned that lesson.
Yeah, Javon's already messed up as it is, but Tarek's got messed up from a swig. And Meek just like
Casey,
he
as
passes it off.
Casey,
Nope.
as they hold the bottle, they like are about to drink it. Oh man, fun stuff. Anyways, what did I miss? Who's this person?
We literally didn't ask their name, and Tarek was taking a drink from their flask. We have no clue who this is.
It's Marcus.
It's called,
My name
it's
is
called
Marcus.
Hey,
Must-
Vargas, don't trust people that take swigs from your flask immediately after meeting them, because they're probably dumb.
It's called hospitality. It's good
he's
stuff.
looking at you really weirdly. You don't know a thing of
no,
a card tradition, do you?
You know, if Agatha was here, she'd probably tell me to, be careful with this kind of stuff. You can make a lot of weird drinks. But she's not here, and Casey goes to drink it.
Fortitude save.
Roll that for me. I'm updating FGU.
Okay.
Tell me the result.
Let's see here.
I'm gonna just keep the stream open in the meanwhile.
14.
Like total?
That's reflex.
Total.
14
That was
total. That was reflex. Oh, sorry. I'm an idiot.
So a 4 and what is the reflex save there? Ah,
It's
awesome.
31.
Oh,
You handle it way better than Tarek does.
Right.
But it
He
is
just passed it up.
strong
He just-
shit. It is some strong shit. This is some of the strongest Vacaran vodka you've ever tasted.
Mm-hmm.
can Giovanna even drink? Like, is that a thing that she can do?
No.
No.
She can't be a flask.
Casey just goes, okay, you know what? Give me another one. I've drank milk that's stronger than this.
Okay, make another fortitude save.
Giovanna is watching in horror as this happens.
I'm actually managing to open FGU. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, communal bottles are definitely a thing, I'm sure, in Vacaran's locations.
Yeah, it's a part of Vacaran tradition.
Giovanna is still just like, yes, it may be a part of tradition, but we also don't know who this man is.
Oh, it's fine.
Vargas.
If people get sick, I can take care of that.
24. That's a fail. It is some strong shit. You're like...
No, on society, see if I know this is a tradition or not.
It is tradition. It is a part of Vacaran tradition.
All right, so Meek knows it.
Yeah.
That's probably the reason why he passed it up. So nope, I'm good. Thank you.
So right now we're just the two of us are a little tipsy, but it's not like we're stupefied or enfeebled, right?
Yeah, you're just a little tipsy. It's
Okay,
some
so
strong
tipsy.
shit.
I should have probably waited until the last bottle hit me until I tried another one. But you know what?
So I'm
You
just
have to
putting
make
this
a loose
down.
case of really again.
Yeah, I'm just putting this on my character sheet as Tipsy 1 right now. So,
Something you noticed, Casey, as you were walking up these, as you came up to this island, you came up to a very tiny dock that was at the foot of a very long staircase along the side of this cliff, going up to the top of the island, the main part of the island, and the stair railing that's made of Vicaran steel, some of the strongest steel in the world, was completely bent over. It takes a strong force to bend something like that. And it's not rusted at all. Vicaran steel is known for being impervious to rust.
Well, someone got a little too drunk.
Yeah, that
it
rail's
was-
supposed to be stainless steel.
I didn't do that. That wasn't me. It was like that when I got here.
Speak for yourself.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure all of us are responsible enough not to do that. Anyway, can you hand me another bottle?
Vicaran hands you another one. Oh gods.
We should save one for Rune. Rune could use that in the engine.
Oh, I thought you were about to
Good cleaner.
suggest Rude drink and drive. I was about to lose my mind.
Oh no.
Don't drink and fly, kids.
Yeah, don't do that. It's stupid. You managed to handle that one.
Should stick with the fail, see what happens.
Oh, it's just good. So we were called in and there was a problem and we needed to help with the problem. So what can you tell us about?
Well, we're the rotation crew. You know, we were set here to rotate out the last crew, and there's the lighthouse there, and it's strange. It's some strange shit. It is some strange shit. And he motions over to where you see this gigantic boulder. You see this gigantic boulder that's off to the west of this on this island, and he says that gigantic boulder has been there for ages.
Okay, so that's not new.
And he says what is new is it's clearly moved.
Okay. Like how far? Where did it go from?
You can go over to it. As you head over to it,
Yeah.
you see this giant drag mark that is about 25-30 feet.
No, actually, I'm seeing 2 drag marks. So that means there were 2 boulders here, and both of them got dragged over there.
There's only one.
I think I could push this one. I can
So-
do it.
Are there any marks to show what dragged it? Like, were people just doing some kind of strength, competition to say, hey, look how far I can drag the boulder that's been here since the first stage?
How big's that boulder?
It is huge. It is
Like-
freaking
So-
huge. It is like 50 feet wide.
So it's size category huge is what you're talking about.
Yeah, it is huge. No one could push it.
Immediately as Derek thinks that, Casey mentions, "Hey, you guys want to see how far I can push this boulder that's been here since the first?"
Okay, go ahead, Casey. Roll an athletics check.
Me just standing there tapping his
I'm gonna
feet.
use an.
Really, guys?
I mean, we
No.
should. There's something about like getting evidence, right? Before we start pushing boulders, we should look for evidence.
Resist the urge to use an epic point. Resist the urge to use an epic point. Resist the urge to use an epic point.
Yeah, you very much fail. You're trying to push it. It's like you're laying up against a wall.
No, this is just a warm up. I can still do it. Come on.
Is there a name for this stone?
Yeah, big rock.
Boulder.
So this, and Carrick puts his hand on it. This is the rock.
Johnson.
Please don't copyright strike us.
Oh my god.
Oh, I said Johnson for completely underrated reasons, unrelated reasons. Trust me.
That's why you didn't call it the Rock Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Please
just
don't copyright strike us, please.
Stop saying Johnson, guys.
Who's
One more
Johnson?
time.
so. Is there any kind of sign of anything that moved it, or is it just like a straight pair of drag marks here?
Make me a perception check.
So that's why I rolled the one that was there. But if you want another one, I can do
27.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be any sign of anything that could have pushed this, and you can't think of anything that could possibly push something like this, other than a giant Mystimon, possibly a Dragon Lord or something.
Yeah, I was saying, like, I'm sure there are dragons or things under the ocean that could pull something like this.
Yeah, as far as you know, none of the Dragon Lords are actually known to be in this area.
Come on, a lizard is basically just a smaller dragon. I can do it.
I'm gonna climb the rock and see if there's any claw marks or any type of marks.
Casey is still having trouble trying to push this thing.
Yeah, y'all done it.
Bill walks over to Casey and is like, "Let me help."
What is Meek looking for?
Meek is looking for any marks, like claw marks or any type of marks that look like an octopus or something, like it's something used.
There is none. There is none. None that you can see.
By the way, when Tarek touched both rocks, the one rock.
Yeah. While Meek's on top of the
big rock. It's big rock.
Yeah, was it warm or anything? The rock was it warm?
It's cold.
Okay.
It's as cold as the environment.
And it's not like particularly oval shaped or anything, right?
It's just a standard. It's kind of almost spherical shape, but not quite. I mean, there's no perfect sphere in nature, except the Earth.
More egg shaped, you'd say?
Closer to that, maybe.
Tarek starts puzzling out what kind of creature would have an egg this big.
Egg? No. Oh, shit.
Casey summons Kitty. Come on, we can do this.
Oh,
Teamwork.
God. She's still doing it.
Javon
try.
Meek's walking off. Meek should go walk off into the freaking towers. You go to investigate. Go to the
So
tower.
I look at him and I'm like, "Hey, how's your light bulb? Is it good? We brought one just in case."
Yeah, we brought one with us.
We haven't been able to get up there. Go in there
besides-
and check for yourself. That's weird. This
Okay,
is weird.
going in.
And what is your lizard friend doing?
I don't know. I don't care.
What
They're
does it
both
look like I'm
plastic.
doing?
I think our lizard friend is trying to move the boulders back.
I'm gonna push this rock.
Those
I
two
have-
are wasted. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm
That's
just gonna
a
investigate the tower.
really big rock, you know. It would make a really big egg if it was an egg.
I am perfectly. Casey stumbles over. Perfectly sober.
Giovanna
Okay.
looks at Eric and says,
Yeah,
so
you
should we
just-
light it on fire and see if it is an egg?
Tarek holds up 2 fingers and says, "You had 3 drinks. He keeps the 2 fingers up. I had 1 drink. That's a lot of drinks."
Giovanna starts building a fire around the big rock.
But before we burn the egg up, we should check out the tower.
Giovanna's like, you guys go ahead. I'm just gonna start building, like, putting sticks and, like, debris around it.
But I don't think its mama would like that.
No, it's a nest.
Okay. We should check out the tower. It's weird.
Yeah, after all this discussion, Meek decided, like, I think I
Casey
need
tries
to
to
just.
bite the rock.
Yeah, Meek saw it as a. Oh. Now I
Giovanna
definitely wish
sees
I
that
didn't
and
know
actually
these
tries
guys.
to actually stops doing what she's doing and walks in the tower.
I'm gonna check out the weird tower. I'm looking forward to this. This is entertaining.
Casey's just like over there in a second. Just trying to bite the rock still.
Okay.
Meek's going to distance
Make
himself
another
from everybody
athletics
now.
check. Make another athletics check. I guess. It's like pushing a wall.
You chip a tooth.
Yeah, I don't want to have to heal that. I can heal that if you got a problem. Let's put. Do you have any milk? I say to the Vicarin. She's gonna need milk for the tooth.
Yeah, we got Rabulous
I'll be right
milk
back,
in
just,
there.
I'll be right back.
Does it have more of this stuff in it?
No. We could put more of that stuff in it.
No, that would curdle the milk. It would be no good. You can't. The alcohol would turn it to like curds. The milk is necessary. I need the piece of tooth.
I don't think Casey chipped a tooth.
Oh, okay. I just thought that's what Giovanna said. So, okay, we go in the weird tower.
Don't pay attention to what Giovanna says.
Tarek's drunk. He ain't pay attention to anybody once.
Oh yeah, no. I'm
Giovanna's
paying attention.
confusing.
A weird tower it is. Let's see how weird the tower is.
Yeah, Meek's already inside the tower.
So you go in, and the door to the lighthouse is unlocked, and you find that 2 of the jackets on the hooks are missing. 1 is here, but there's supposed to be 3 here. 2 of them are missing.
So,
The guy we met wearing 2 jackets.
yeah, no.
No.
Was he wearing 1 jacket?
He's not wearing one of the jackets that was here. He brought the jacket with him.
Yes.
There were 2 jackets and 2 drag marks. That's 2 really big dwarves.
Casey finally stops trying to push and bite the rock and just goes, you know what? Fine, I've taken pity on this little stone here. Look at it, it just stands no chance. You know what? I'll go do something else. This is just sad.
Yes.
Yeah.
For it. Of course.
So there were two dwarves, and they're not here. And there's one Vicarans, and there's one Vicaran still here, but we can't find them. That's weird. I like this place. This is good. How? I mean, they're all this. There should be 3 here, right? 3 on the hooks.
There should be
On the
three jackets. Yes.
Okay. And what are the reasons why people would leave the lighthouse when they're here? It's not to like move the boulder, obviously.
Obviously, no. The reasons would be to maintain other parts of the island, like say maintaining the staircase that leads up to the main part of the island. They may
With the
have
one with the bent railing, that one.
Yeah.
Giovanna
Yeah.
raises her hand.
What would how much how heavy how much what would bend it like that?
The Karn shrugs. As far as I know, nothing could.
One
And-
thing can.
And of course, we're looking at Casey, and Casey's probably going to try.
What?
One
Giovanna
thing
raises
can.
her hand.
What is Casey trying? They got distracted.
Your hand is really high right now.
Hello, Mr. Vicarin.
Hi.
Can I put this jacket on?
No.
It's meant for Vicarans, not automatons. That's not weird, that's normal. It would be weird to wear one. And we are in the weird tower, but you shouldn't wear it. When we get to
Giovanna looks at him
Highwind,
and says, do you have like a cool scarf I can wear then?
when we get to Highwind, you can get a jacket in Highwind, and it'll be an automaton jacket.
Tart, can I have your scarf?
I don't have a scarf. I will. I don't have a scarf.
I can ask.
Nope.
I can ask Agatha to make you one.
I got a ribbon. Here, come here. And Tarek is being extra friendly, and Tarek sort of pulls Giovanna over as long as she allows, and then ties the ribbon that he had for his sort of fake holy symbol amulet, because he doesn't normally wear it. He's got the shield and everything, and he ties it around your head with a big bow.
I'm
So
like
you
one of
got-
the babies that has like the giant bow.
Floppy bow, yeah. There you go. It's not a scarf. That's weird. Alright. I want to check out more of the weird tower. There's more weirdness here. Is this
Other
too
than
much?
your vision?
I'm seeing everything. We're good.
Okay.
He's seeing everything in 4D.
5D
So-
even.
You continue on into the lighthouse. You find the kitchen in disarray. And one of the weird things is you find a jar of peanut butter sitting on the table, just sitting open, with like a spoon in it and such.
Wait a second. Vicarans don't eat peanut butter. That's weird.
Sure I do.
But I do.
You ate
And
this
Casey's
peanut
gonna
butter.
try to- Casey's gonna try to eat some peanut butter.
No. Don't eat the
No,
peanut
that's
butter. It
evidence.
makes you weird.
That's,
It'll-
that's evidence.
You'll put on your coat and go
Looks
outside. There'll be 2 coats
It looks like food
outside.
to me. It looks like food to me.
Yeah, but it's
That's
peanut butter and
evidence.
it's open. Wait a
That's
second.
food evidence. That's evidence food.
Somebody put a spoon in the peanut butter, right?
It's evidence food, and only the evidence can eat it. Are you evidence?
But you normally put a knife
What is
in the
that?
peanut butter.
I mean, sure, I guess.
No, you're not evidence.
But we wouldn't use a knife like that. Like, and Tarek pulls out his dagger. This is not for peanut butter. And he puts his dagger back in his pocket.
No,
I
that's
look
not
at
it,
him and
dude.
I'm like, I have 100,000% seen Agatha eat peanut butter with a spoon before.
Okay. I'm not getting what's weird about that.
There's nothing weird
All
about it.
4 of you have a hero story point. All 4 of you get a story point. Gods.
I could cast restoration on one of the 2 of us if one of us needs to be better.
Cast on yourself, please.
I think this is Casey's normal state.
So, one restoration later, I'm no longer tipsy one.
No longer seen double.
Yet another unconventional use of a spell I don't need to use. Okay. And he looks at the Vicar and says, "That is excellent liquor, but I'm going to hold off on having some more for a while."
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah. On
you've
your
seen
own time. Not.
humans like this before, haven't you?
What?
You've seen humans that, when they have it, don't handle it too well, right?
Oh yeah, you have no idea. there was one who he was here one time. He was drunk all the time. He couldn't handle shit.
That's probably why you do it, don't you? For the amusement of seeing people who can't handle it.
And that's why you murdered him.
No, I don't think there was a murder here yet.
Objection? Speculate. Your Honor.
Reasonable. You can sustain that. So 2 of the people left, and one of them was still here. And somebody was eating straight out of the peanut butter, which I'm told can happen sometimes.
I have seen organics just eat peanut butter before.
And you
That's
find the chairs tipped over.
So they left it like this and left in a hurry.
Yeah, and the Vicar is like, Varkas is like, we when we rotate out, we would clean everything up and make sure everything is ready for the next group.
Yeah, I'm
Where?
They had to do something before you guys got here. That seems clear.
Wait, so did you come alone, or do you have like a group with you?
I came with the group. The other 2 went back to the mainland.
That's how we found out about this. We wouldn't have found out otherwise, right?
Yeah.
So there was only one jacket when you got here.
Yes.
But even that one, we don't know who. Like, none of the 3 of them were around, right?
But the jar of peanut butter isn't the only food you find on the table or the counters. You find food all over the counters. You find slices of bread on the counters. That's all stale.
But like they were in the midst of making it.
Yeah, you find old moldy cheese on the counters. You find a whole ton of things. A whole ton of food all over the counters.
Now, does it look like someone spread it out there like they were just scattering food, or does it look like they were like in the midst of trying to make something?
It looks like they were in the midst of trying to make something, from your reckoning.
Whatever you do, don't touch that cheese.
Yeah, I mean, when you're out here for a while, sometimes things turn, right? So you cut that piece out or whatever. How often do supplies come in from the main island?
From the mainland, they come in like every week or so. We came in just a couple of days ago, and
Mold? Would that be a survival check on the mold? Trying to figure out like how long it takes for that type of mold to grow.
Is there a trash can?
So
Yeah, I would imagine there's a trash can.
So every week there's a supply shipment, supply boats that come in, but they hadn't been able to send in the next shipment due to shortages on the mainland. There have been a bunch of shortages on the mainland. That's been a common problem in Highwind for a while, for the past several years. Particularly since Highwind shut itself off from the global economy out of protest over Stormbreak being stupid and everything.
Felt that one. Giovanna goes in for a fist bump.
So does Casey.
Okay, so you sort of went on a Highwind exit, as it were, and then things have been harder to get supplies in. So they might have been out here for a couple of weeks.
I mean, look at Highwind itself. It's not like they can grow a whole lot. There's a few villages here and there where they are able to grow stuff, but you're asking a lot for a couple of villages to handle the food agriculture for this entire continent. Particularly for Snowtop City, the Grand City, the capital, up at the very top of the mountain. You're asking a lot.
Well, I respect that.
It's a wonder that the Vikarans were able to survive and do as well as they did before the Allied nations. But that was the Allied nations came into being in around the 1600s. So for around 1,000 years, they hadn't had to actually subsist on their own. But we're getting really deep into Vikaran history here. So
Can I say some trash?
Yeah, I imagine Vikarans like to talk about Vikaran history, so Tarek is just listening and nodding to encourage.
Giovanna's ruffling through the trash.
There's some good to that, because that might tell us how long we've been out.
I want to see if there are any trash clues.
I think between how would it be a survival roll to figure out how long the cheese has been there to mold like that?
Sure.
Or is that knowledge, nature, or what?
What should I roll to search trash?
Perception.
I find nothing but trash.
Yeah, and I can't really piece together so much from the mold. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I would assume that the mold is a little different than mold that Tarek has seen, only because he spent a lot of his time in a completely different part of the world, and the mold on this cheese is probably different too.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make it any easier.
No, the mold only happens on the outside of the cheese, not the inside.
Yeah.
Not always. I'm going to take his dagger, go slice it off, and slice the mold off of it. It's like, okay. It only affects the outside, not the inside. So I just clean it off and take a big old chunk of the fresh cheese and take a bite. Yum.
I look at it and I'm like, that's evidence cheese!
What? I'm hungry.
Melatonin is the one trying to fight for evidence now.
Giovanna's like, this is never going to hold up in a court of law.
Well, I only took the edge. The rest of it is as is.
A little bit to take the edge off. Yeah, I tried that before. the Karns have fantastic stuff.
Giovanna sits down on the floor.
So, okay, so they left out the food. They were in the midst of making something. There was some kind of reason they had to leave quickly.
Yeah.
2 of them took coats, but not the third. That's weird. You're right.
Yes.
And we don't have any evidence of where the third is?
Not that you could find here.
I feel... So, would there be any reason that you would go outside without your coat?
It's not that rainy?
Not here. It is pretty cold here. You had to pack kind of warmly here when coming here yourself because it is cold. Highwind itself is known for being cold. It is really cold here.
Yeah, but if you just walked outside for a few minutes, maybe.
Well, the weather you saw there with the heavy fog and the wet. I mean, it would just everything would stick to you. You would all condense on you. You'd be like raining.
Yeah.
You would. Derek is pointing to Giovanna because of the metal raining.
I look at him and I'm like, I can't feel anything like that.
It would just be a visual.
I look at him just blankly.
Me continue to the next room.
In the next room, you find the bunks. You find the beds in the bunk unmade. Like someone left in a hurry, and like Varkas has said, when they rotate out, they would normally clean everything up. They would make the beds and everything, and make sure everything is ready for the next group.
As long as they wanted to keep their jobs, yeah.
Is it all of the beds, or is it just one?
All of the beds are unmade.
And there's only 3 people.
Yeah, all 3 beds are unmade.
So I feel like they just don't make their bed every day. And then, so far what I'm piecing together is they were making dinner, and then something happened, I feel like the third one saw something, walked outside without thinking to get his coat, and the other 2 heard a commotion and went out to investigate. That's my so far theory.
They heard something that was big enough to bend the railing and move the rock.
Yeah, I feel like the first one heard that and went outside without thinking about a jacket, and then the other 2 heard him getting I don't know, he yelled or something, and then they ran outside, but they brought their jackets. Or it was the other way around, and the first 2 heard something, went outside, saw it, and the third one was so freaked out by his friends getting possibly murdered.
How bad was the weather recently? It's been really weird in different places. Was there, over that time period, was there any really noteworthy weather events?
Varkas says from the mainland, the weather seemed clear, normal. I mean, other than the fog bank out there, that's normal. Nothing real big.
No purple lightning.
And Varkas just looks at you really weird.
It's been a phenomenon.
Lightning's not purple.
Yeah, it's been a phenomenon that people have been seeing in different places. I was just curious if somehow that came here too.
All of this talk is visibly too much smart talk for Casey, so they're just nodding along. Yes, of course. Yeah.
Every now and then, Giovanna looks over, sees this, and just hands her the equivalent of a Scooby snack.
But not evidence cheese.
Not evidence cheese.
Giovanna's
got a bag full of treats, and every now and then, when she sees Casey getting a little too distracted, she just tosses her one.
Mick
I'm
says,
wondering.
"Hey, I didn't eat all the.
Immediately.
I didn't do the whole cheese. I only cut the edge off."
You ate the evidence cheese. You don't get any more treats this adventure.
So wait a
Oh
second.
well.
This
At least I'm
tower,
not hungry.
you wouldn't be able. Would you be able to see the rock from the top of the tower?
Yes, you would be able to see the rock from the top of the tower.
So have you been to the top since you got here?
Nope.
Let's go to the top, guys.
I'm wondering whether it might give us perspective on what exactly happened. If there might be something that we can see from up there that being too close to the ground made hard to see.
You're thinking like a secret message.
Or, some very large picture that's not evident until you see it from a distance.
I look at it and I'm like, yeah, pictures can be messages, Jerry.
Yep. Okay, we'll go with that.
Let's go.
I assume, there's other rooms or not?
To our viewers, I am sorry. I am so sorry.
I'm not.
I am so sorry. So, there is a ladder that goes up to the second floor, and then in the second floor they store a bunch of stuff there, and then from there you find a small set of stairs that goes up to the main part of the lighthouse, the big blinky light bulb. As you make it up there, you find that it's just not on. It's not that the bulb's dead. It's just not on.
Can we turn it on?
Sure, but you find that unusual in itself. Usually, that's not supposed to be off.
Even during the day?
Even during the day, because you can have that fog in the day too.
Does it run out if you don't keep it primed or something?
Giovanna wants to try and turn it on and see if it actually will turn on.
So you try to turn it on, and it starts turning on, and it starts revving up. A light this big, it's going to take a while to really prime. But it's starting to rev up, and as you look out, make me a perception check.
Yes, sir.
No, anybody up here can do that.
Yeah. So Meek 29, Giovanna 26, Tarek 22, Casey 22. So
We're all 20s.
Giovanna and Meek, as you look out towards the western part of the island, you see the ruins of some kind of structure out there.
Did our
Is it a
Vicar
new
friend
or
join
an
us?
old structure?
It's a very, very, very old structure from the looks of it.
Did the Vicaran come up here too?
Yeah, Varkas came up here and he was looking at the light. He's why was it off? Huh.
Does it, like, if
Someone
nobody,
forgot to turn it on.
if somebody doesn't, okay, two questions for you. Will it turn off? Is there like an automatic like safety setting if somebody's not attending it? After a while, it'll turn itself off?
You know what? I don't know, because we haven't really had that situation before.
Yeah, I'm just
That's
wondering
a good
if
question. Probably a good question to send over to the mainland, huh?
Hey,
And then- what.
Oh, sorry.
No, and the other thing I was thinking though is, who? This is to help any traffic that's coming through the area, right?
Yes.
Were there important ships that were supposed to come through recently? Maybe somebody sabotaged this.
That's a question you'll have to bring to the mainland yourself.
Okay.
I run downstairs and I run back to the airship.
And nobody's asking
so I
any
have an
questions
idea.
about that structure out there.
Okay,
I
so
mean-
have an
Airship's
idea,
not
actually.
there.
Only Giovanna and Meek saw it, so I can't. I would have asked, but yeah.
So, what did you say that thing was called again? Casey points at the lamp.
Lamp?
No. Is it like an exact, like, kind of version of a lamp that would be important? Or is it just like an average, everyday lamp that I could just go and buy?
Well, obviously, you
lighthouse?
couldn't just go buy a lighthouse lamp.
Well, either way, do we have a console on us?
Well, comstones don't work out here.
Yeah, our comstone won't work because we're not close enough to any of the amplifying towers or something.
Oh, there goes my
Yeah.
one idea.
Yeah, it's
For having
actually,
an idea, I give her another snack.
It's actually something weird.
Yeah.
It's actually something weird about this island. Comstones have never worked out here.
Never out this here, even when they should. That is
Yeah.
unusual.
Yeah.
Wait, is this extra building like something we could like make it to on foot?
Yes. Yeah. It's this island's not that big.
Well, let's go then. I'm
Yeah.
bored. I'm tired of this tower already. Let's go to
Wait.
the ruins.
What ruins?
Oh, there's ruins over there. You didn't see it. Come on, let's go. I
What?
hold out another treat and I'm like, Casey, let's go.
What ruins?
Alright, I don't-
Apparently,
I don't like
Casey
how
is
you said
Scooby.
that. You know, I don't like the way you said that.
I toss another treat.
Fine.
Yeah, Meek just points out the window over yonder towards the west side. So over there, can you see that old rundown building over there?
Wow. That looks. Was it
that-
run down like that before?
Yeah, it's been there a long time.
Okay. I was just wondering if maybe, something new happened. Okay. Then,
We
yeah.
want to check in and see what's going on over there as well, because you never know. What if something happened? They could be in there.
That's true.
Yeah, there's something strange about that structure. That's just been a real strangity since forever.
Well, I'm kind of bored. I want to check it out.
So you head down the stairs and head out of the lighthouse and turn over to the west and head over to this ruined structure. And this ruined structure seems to be about 75 feet wide, 100 feet long. It's not that big. And what's strange about it, and Tarek, you notice this particularly as you come up to it. What's strange about it is off to the side, you see a cross laying on the ground. Now you know the Vakarans are not a religious people; they are an atheist people. And if anything, they worship their ancestors. They do not worship any sorts of gods. To them, this is an affront. So
In the ruins?
yeah. So the very presence of this being here is very unusual. Highly unusual. But according to Varkas, it's been here forever.
So, something forever, like the first stage forever?
Yes, it's been this structure was once it was as far as he knows, it was built back in the first age, and then it became ruined and everything like it is now, sometime in the second age.
So it might have been in use during the first stage when the lighthouse was in use by
Yes.
prior people?
Yes. But
Okay, so I have a question.
the Vikarans claim that they have no idea who built it. And this is on their land, so
Yeah,
they've always been an atheist people, and they didn't even really worship their ancestors for that long either. That started up sometime in the Second Age.
So, I have a question actually.
Sure.
Casey, like, assuming that the cross was pointed out, at least, asks, so, if this whole thing with you guys being, like, not that religious and everything, but, I mean, it's not an impossibility, right? Just because it's not common or even taboo. I don't know about how this all works, but it's not like an impossibility. There could just be one of them that just is religious. You never know, right?
So the Vikaran culture is very atheist, but that doesn't preclude that there can't be some Vikarans that turn to religion at some point in their lives for one reason or another. That can certainly happen. Yeah. But
that's what Casey was
but this is an affront to them. They wouldn't even allow this structure to be built. As far as you can tell, it looks like this was once a chapel. But the Vikarans would not allow something like this to be built on their land. Even if some Vikarans turn to religion for one reason or another, they might travel out into the wider world to follow that path, or they might do so more privately. They wouldn't congregate like this because that's actually illegal.
So it was a prior to Vicarian kind of place. Does it ring any bells religiously, this symbol?
Make a religion check.
Yeah. Not so much. Let me try again, actually.
Story point?
Yeah, Meek
Yeah,
was just like, don't look at me, I'm just a desert rat.
Nope, worse. It's okay.
Got us 21.
Yeah, you don't know.
Dang.
Some kind of first stage religion thing, huh?
Yeah. Possibly the old gods, because the old gods pantheon is that old.
Okay. So, yeah, that doesn't strike any... Well, besides that, is there any other, like, stuff here? Is that the only object in this ruined area that's recognizable?
So the outside structure, the outside walls of the structure, that's still recognizable. There's a lot of debris and stuff that's been weathered and such over the years, but you could see the walls where everything once was. Vargas mentions there was one really weird thing. Most of our lighthouse keepers won't come out here because, well, some claim that when you get too far into those ruins, you suddenly get this urge to walk around in a circle 3 times and then kneel and pray. I don't know.
Okay.
Is there any like deity that likes people walking around in circle 3 times? That seems oddly specific.
Tara can make a religion check. Someone can make a religion check.
And I
Yeah.
see if there's anything like ghosty or something going on here, like a spell or something.
You can make a perception check.
Well, at least it's not like patting his head and rubbing his belly while he's doing it.
I don't see anything.
So, give me a moment here.
Yep.
So, it sounds kind of familiar. It sounds like something that's like really, really obscure within the religions of Endora or Elsrava, or even Debrial.
Okay. So
it's nothing. It's not nothing really specific. It could be any one of those.
so one of the old gods of Almana, rather than
Yeah.
How far is this from Almana, though? It's hours away, and at that time they didn't have airships, so it would have been even farther. It's a long migration.
Yeah.
So I'll share that insight that it could be related to any of those 3 in specific.
He shrugs. Those almonds are weird.
It's a long distance from there. It'd be strange that they would be here in the First Age.
I don't know. They're weird.
There's a lot of weird going around.
That's true. You ever thought Croson, the Dragon Lord of Death, would have been sleeping in our neck of the woods?
True, but I mean, you drink that vodka. He's got to be attracted to something. Elsravo might make sense as a patron, although the cross is not normally a thing that he does.
Yeah.
But in this neck of the woods, you know, a god of the seas for a long time. Maybe some cult related to his? I don't know. It's really strange.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure is. Mm-hmm. What are we talking about?
But not Veterol, right? Just Elsrava.
Maybe Veterol. Not really sure.
Yeah, it's all very interesting. Anyway, so a temple on an island that's been abandoned since the second age. And this, and not anything that would be typical of the people that are here, although the people that are here have been manning this for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. So that's strange. But most don't come out to this. As Vargas says, most people don't come out here. Most people avoid this place.
Well, is there any signs? Actually, it's probably a perception roll. Is there any signs that somebody came in here recently, other than us?
Sure, make a perception check.
Yeah, I want to do that too. See if in case like those survivors came here.
I'm helping.
Maybe
Shake
not.
it big.
Yeah, you can't tell.
Unless.
Casey's story pointing, and I mean, you have those epic points.
No, you can't use them this early in the season.
Yeah, I think Casey is
I'm
being
sitting
wise
up
here.
with-
She only gets to use them. She only gets to use them this one time.
But I'm gonna make it count, okay?
Yeah, once you get them, you can't save them.
No.
She wants to make it count, apparently. So what do you think? We got a real head scratcher here, don't we?
Well, for Casey, that's not very, hard to achieve.
Of course.
Something, well, I mean, what seems most obvious is something came out of the sea and drew such an attention. It, was huge enough to bend the railing that shouldn't bend and move the stone that shouldn't move. And then there's this here. I don't know. It is a mystery.
I will point out that you still have other uses for story points, and I am going to hand out some more story points to everyone here. You do have other uses for story points.
Yeah, but I only have one.
Come on, I want to get a chance to use the ghost star.
So, what do you guys think?
I think we're looking at a situation where we don't have all the facts yet. Either someone's trying to sabotage the lighthouse and then disguise it with strange things, or something really huge has come out of the ocean recently and only affected here, and we don't know where the one guy has gone.
Something
Like
keeps
like I
coming out
said, there's
of
other uses for story points, and one of those uses only takes one.
What are the other uses?
I will link them to you.
I feel like I read them before the season started, and then I was like,
I spend a story point, give the gold star a clue what's going on.
Ah, Someone spends a story point on insight from the Ghost
I
Star
thought there
Rider.
was 2. I thought there
It's
was
one.
2.
It's one.
Huh.
So, Meek spends a story point to get a clue from the Ghost Star Rider. And the Ghost Star Rider the Ghost Star Rider will it appears and it's really it's swirling around you and it looks happy, and in the hard soil before you, it writes a single word: logbook.
Logbook.
Yes. Logbook.
Everything else that we looked at, we didn't even look at the book.
Okay.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
You know, I was waiting until you guys realized it, of course.
And the Ghost Star will swirl around your head.
I mean, I obviously knew that. I was just waiting for you guys to realize it.
Your
Alright,
wisdom
let's
is
go.
profound, Casey. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ghost Star Rider.
It swirls
Yeah, that's
around.
what I said.
It swirls around Tarek's head now.
I didn't even realize we brought it. That's so cool.
Wait a minute. Do we keep story points or do we?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so use them.
So they reset every session, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you start out with 1.
I have 2 then. Oops.
Oops.
Alright, we're going back to the tower. Go look in the logbook. See what the hell's up.
So.
Can't believe we overlooked that.
You head back to the tower and check the logbook. And the logbook seems to be very detailed. They not only go day by day, they go by they go like hour by hour if necessary. They take a lot of this crew took a lot of pride into this, and it really went step by step and put a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of detail into it. And the last entry talks about a storm, the greatest storm ever seen. And
They describe the color of the lightning and all that.
Is there more details?
It doesn't describe any lightning. It just describes a great and powerful storm, powerful winds. The wind speeds were over 100 knots.
It's not just a storm; it's a freaking hurricane.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a hurricane.
But Varkas says that's weird because there hasn't, from what they saw on the mainland, there wasn't anything out here. It was clear.
Elsrava and Veterol, their fights were often supposedly supposed to look like hurricanes. Interesting stuff. You know, again, who knows if you can put a lot of credence in it, but it is just something to note.
Yeah, it's weird. Now, what they're talking about here, they describe what they were doing, and it describes that two of them went out to try to secure things, like on the dock and such, and one of them stayed up here and was trying to secure, like, trying to make sure that the light was still going and everything was okay here at the lighthouse. And something about the storm was powerful enough. The person writing this says that this storm was so powerful, the winds pushed the big rock at least 20-25 feet. But you don't know of any sort of storm that could do that. That rock is huge and weighs tons.
Could it be like a sea creature or like a god, not a god, like a
Kaiju type.
yeah, kaiju. Was it Godzilla?
It's definitely not Godzilla. And please do not copyright strike us.
Oh, I forgot. Oh no.
Well, if it was Zilla, the whole island would be fried.
Was it
No.
a giant Mystimon?
You don't know. And that's where the log ends. Whatever happened to these people, they just disappeared.
Well, all I can say, they gone with the wind.
We know when this happened though. Now we can actually pinpoint the date.
Yes. So the exact date that this happened, and I'm going to go back to our calendar here. The exact date that this happened, it's the 43rd of Kiloron today. The exact date that this happened was the 36th of Conflit. So about a month ago.
Okay. So it's been a little while now.
When did they first start reporting lighthouse not work?
They started reporting the lighthouse was not working. The ships coming up started reporting that the lighthouse was not working about a couple of weeks ago, around say the 18th or 19th of Kiloron.
Tarek?
Well, I think we have some information. No, it's important information. We know when they went missing. We know that it seems to have been related to some kind of storm that wasn't noticed by the mainland. So it happened here. We can sweep around and look for any sign of either of the two coats that are missing, but it's possible they went out to see if it was some kind of storm. And we don't have any evidence, although we have the bent railing and the moved rock. We don't have any. That would take such power. Normal wind doesn't do that.
What was the people who fought, you said, that do things like hurricanes?
Elsrava and Veteral, the brothers, and the old gods of Almana. They are brothers in opposition, basically. One was given domain over the sea, the other domain over the storms. and when they fight, the hurricane happens. That's the old belief. Whether that's exactly how it works or not,
Okay,
open to
that's.
interpretation.
I just got a little bit of insight. So that little circle before you do a prayer has something to do with the hurricane, right? Maybe.
Could be, or patterns in the ocean, tides, that type of thing.
Wait, so like, is it a specific spot you have to go to for you to spin in circles?
We're talking first stage. The differences would probably be tremendous between what we do now and what they did then.
I want to go back to the ruins.
It could be a red herring, but that's just one piece of information.
I mean,
Wait,
I've been known to do red herrings in the past. There was one such thing that there was one such red herring that became the focal point for the party for the tribunal party for years. And I mean literally years. They were focused on this one thing for years. And it was nothing but a red herring. So wait, I had to build something out of something I intended as a red herring. So I've been down to do it.
So what you're saying is, if we insist on it enough,
it'll eventually become true.
And if
we become a thing, and we just pretty much a waste of time.
If you used an epic point, then it would have to be real.
Please use them.
Use them to move the rock.
I want her to use them.
You know what? I'm going to spend the hero point, the story point.
What are you spending the story point on?
Make the red herring a true thing.
Don't we have to use 3 canon. For like that canon? Yeah.
Yeah, that one's like a few points, I think.
That one's 3, I think.
There's a reason I'm sitting on top of my 2.
Yeah, I have 2 as well.
That's canon. Is 3 points, but it has the party tag that means you can pull them.
I will say that.
Spend them.
I have 2.
I can offer 1.
Yeah, I spent 1, so I'll need 2 more points. Make the red herring thing.
Yeah. Well, we could all 3 of us could, and then we could just make this true. It's like, hey, Seth, this is true now.
Make it 2 more spin boards.
Okay.
Well, no. Me, Casey, and you are all willing to put 1 point in, so...
Okay, so... That's canon. You spend 3 story points to establish a moderate to major fact about the world that affects the story in some way. For example, the player or players may establish a side NPC as a major character, such as an elevated standard enemy to a villain or a nemesis. This is basically a world-building fact that the player or players help to create. So, you pose it as a question and ask for the group's approval. So what kind of story building, world building fact do you want to establish about that ruined chapel? Pose it as a question and pose it as a question to the group.
Wait a minute. We gotta make this cool, guys. Like, this has to be, like, big cool. Does anyone have any ideas of something that's really cool? Because I think this is also our first time doing this.
Yeah, I spent the first point to initiate it, so all it needs is you other guys making up the rest.
Oh, you guys gave the idea. I just offered to the story point.
Well, I mean, the idea, if we're working with the religion thing, the idea is that perhaps this place is, well, actually, what it could be. I mean, so the situation between Elsrava and Veterol is that they're in opposition. Their history is Elsrava is the older, Veterol is the younger. Their parent Ranu chose Elsrava to be in dominion over the sea, and so Veterol and Elsrava, um, came into conflict, and their conflicts create storms. This is a thing that happened over time. We don't know exactly when. Is it possible that this place in particular um, is a place that was dedicated to one or the other before Elsrava was given control over the sea, and so that this whole place is part of the big conflict between the two. That this is a place that constantly, periodically experiences these great tempests as the eternal conflict goes on. That doesn't have to be the question, but this is just me sort of
Can that be the question? Because I think that's cool.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me. Again, that sounds really cool.
So, what is the question?
I guess the question is, can this temple be related to the two people you mentioned whose names I can't remember already?
Veterol and Elsrava.
Yeah, could this be some ancient temple of one of theirs?
And everyone's
Maybe
okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, you cool with that?
Sounds fine to me.
I can even pitch a hero point on this one if we need it.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
All three is covered by Giovanna, Meek, and Casey. Lore! Yes, lore. So, it is now... that chapel is related to Elsrava and Veterol.
I don't know why that made me so happy.
And it could be connected to whatever happened here.
Yeah, they just got caught up in struggle and they got sucked up into the wind.
I mean, guys, they're probably like dead at sea, right? Like, I hate to be like a bummer, but they're like 100%.
Yeah, you were right from the start. They're probably already dead.
We can't be certain though without some type of like looking for, bodies or something.
I look at Tarek and I say, "Hey, does that mean we're not certain about shipwrecks?"
Well, I mean, after a certain time, they do declare people to be missing, but that doesn't mean that they always are. Sometimes, I mean, the story happens often enough where I came from, where people thought someone was shipwrecked and it turned out they were on another island.
They're declared missing and not dead for a reason.
Even sometimes then, it can still be that they're declared dead and found to be alive after all. We can make mistakes.
They've been missing for a month, so who knows where they're at.
They've been gone for a month.
Yeah, no, I see your point. I do think it's probably likely, but it'd just be
Can
good
we
to
like
find
search?
something.
I guess the rest of the do a search montage looking for bodies.
At least find the coats.
I want one of those coats.
So, you could make me some perception checks as you start combing around the island.
Oh.
Okay.
30, 25, 27, 17.
Yep, I'm not spotting anything.
So, Giovanna and Beak and Casey, you are combing around the island. As you comb around the back of the White House, of the lighthouse, White House.
The White House.
As you come around the, I mean, it
Wow,
is
it's
it is
bigger
white.
this
It is white.
Mr. President?
So you know this comb is heavy, right?
As you come around the lighthouse, you find there's this the steel railing that was along the stairs. There's that same steel railing is curling around the eastern edge of the island, and you find a portion of that steel railing is completely bent and even ripped. And upon one sticking up out of the sticking on this this freaking pole, it's freaking jutting out at midair. Sticking on there is one of the jackets, and it is ripped to shreds.
Is there like blood on it or anything, or is it just like torn to shreds?
It is just torn to shreds.
Hey guys.
So we
That's
Well,
found,
that's
so
kind of fun.
yeah. So we found enough to make a freaking torch with. Okay.
that's unfortunate. Does
No,
it's torn by heavy torsion, right? Not by not by a cut or anything.
Is it like something that would have been made by an animal or like some sort of hostile creature? Or is it like...
That is a good question. You can try to make me a nature check.
Nature.
28 and 28. So, you don't believe that there is any Mystimon that can shred it like this, especially not in Highwind. Particularly not on this island. As you're combing around this island, you actually haven't seen any Mystimon here, other than some birds. There may be some bird Mystimon around here, but other than that,
I did actually spot another Mystimon here. We saw a ghost star.
well, that's your Mystimon. I'm talking about wild Mystimon.
I see how that is.
Alright, thanks for clarifying, God.
So, yeah, it does seem as if some type of tremendous weather event happened. But does that explain the light going out? And you said it was the 18th or 19th that it went out?
Yeah, and they went missing on the 26th, supposedly. So either someone turned it off, or
They went missing.
someone is...
They went missing a month ago. So
Well, how many days are in the last month?
the last month was 45 days. This month is 44 days.
So, One second, let me do some math. One sec.
It is currently the 43rd of Kiloron.
So the lighthouse.
The lighthouse
So-
was reported as being off around the 18th or 19th of Kiloron.
So at 24
these
days.
people went missing around the 36th of Conflit. At least according to that logbook.
So there was 27 to 28 days before the lighthouse turned off.
So 4 weeks approximately. And so 4
Well-
weeks of being unattended, would that be enough to make it go out of like a safety mechanism or something going wrong? How is it fueled?
It is. So Varkas will take you back up into the lighthouse, and
Yeah.
he explains that, well, Misty Alliance can't make it out here, right? And
Right.
that may be part of the reason why comstones don't work out here. I'm not sure about the specifics of all that, but so since Misty Alliance can't make it out here, it is fueled by he leads you to some gas tanks. It's fueled by gas.
Okay.
Wait, but did you fuel it before we came here?
Yeah.
Did you? You did,
Yeah. It's part of my job.
but you didn't turn the lighthouse on?
I was waiting for you folks to get here.
Okay. So was it empty when you can you tell if the tank was empty when you got here? Or do you know how much gas you put in?
He thinks about that. For what I could tell, it seemed like it was. It seemed like there was about a quarter tank left.
I'm so there. Someone would have had to turn it off then, because if it just ran out of fuel, then you would have had to fill it all the way. So unless there's some internal safety mechanism, but I don't imagine that some sort of like heat thing, like if it was like from the heat the light produced, it would take 28 days for it to fail safe itself.
It seems like a thing that would be a little rare. But I mean, it seems to be unless we find something out when we go back to the mainland.
I think we have to go back to the mainland because I have so many questions that can only be answered there, I think.
What's the mainland again?
The mainland is Highwind.
Highwind.
It's Highwind.
Mainland?
Yeah. I think we might need to go there for like a little investigation because I have questions.
Casey is thinking. If Agatha was here, she'd say something smart like, "Oh yeah, actually, this is how lighthouses operate. Here's a detailed description about it that I somehow know."
I toss you another Scooby snack.
She's lovely.
You can have the goose now. I'm just having the rest other part of the cheese.
Not the evidence cheese! The one time Giovanna's actually a detective during these things.
Okay. That cheese is on the table. I'm pulling out the cheese in my pack. What?
Fine, you can have packed cheese. You just can't have evidence cheese anymore. Don't eat our evidence.
Okay, whatever.
If this is a person, then they're gonna have to go to trial.
Meanwhile,
Well, you yell object every time.
Oh gods.
meanwhile, somewhere, Yvette suddenly remembers that the one time Giovanna tried to grab an eye out of a fridge for no reason at all.
We don't need to talk about all the times I've destroyed evidence.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab one of my jerkies. I'm gonna stick it in the peanut butter.
Please, no!
What? Peanut butter
evidence.
doubles with jerky.
Hand.
It's
By
evidence.
the
Oh my precious evidence! Oh my precious evidence!
Makes so hungry he's eating all the freaking evidence.
Oh, evidence.
Just food bill left out. He's only take food as evidence.
Well, we know that the food was here, right? That's all the evidence we need. No.
That's not how the law works!
I just want to taste how stale the damn friggin' peanut butter is.
Peanut butter doesn't go stale, you freak!
It's probably oily though. It's probably got a bunch of oil on the top of it.
Yeah, separate it.
Yeah.
Well, just mix up a little bit. Take it in.
Don't mix the evidence! Somewhere in the universe, Yvette is 1000% just.
Somewhere, Yvette is just thinking, I wonder why I'm suddenly having thoughts of all the time Giovanna destroyed evidence.
If I think about it, I think Javon's just probably did destroy quite a bit.
This is me making up for all the times I destroyed evidence. We can never take this.
So
We
this
can
is
never
one
take this
for me.
cross to trial.
Story point for Giovanna.
Thank you.
Excellent.
And story point for Casey. And a story point for Meek.
Yeah, for making this story part up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick my jerky into peanut butter. Well, evidence peanut butter.
Sticking your jerky into evidence. Okay, actually, that sounds awful. Never mind.
Watch what you say.
I think I found the perfect formula for the perfect way I can interpret a dumb character now.
Yeah, Giovanna.
No, I'm saying like Casey, because I just opened another game and I'm bad at multitasking, so and I've had that open for quite a bit.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
It's working wonders, by the way.
I'm crying. Anyways.
So it seems likely that they were taken away by something with powerful force, and
it seems
we
like
don't
whatever
know.
it was very had to have been insanely does it mention that in the logbook, like if it was like 1 second it was clear and then 9 seconds later there was a giant two gods battling it out? Did we miss that?
Well, I'll reread it, but I don't think it was God specifically that they mentioned.
It does seem to indicate that in 1 second it was clear, and then the next second it was the storm just popped out of nowhere. Which make me a survival check. We'll call it survival. We'll call sort of nautical knowledge as survival.
Oh!
freaking hell. Giovanna rolled a freaking crit.
I know everything about nautical science.
Giovanna somehow digs this out of her arse, and it starts blurting out that, yeah, freak storms are actually known to happen on the seas. Sometimes it will just pop out of nowhere. A storm will just come out of nowhere. It is known to happen.
Storm surges, baby. I'm like, give me more information for my nat 20.
So there are storm surges and random storms that'll be known to happen. There's also freak tidal waves, freak tsunamis that are known to happen. All kinds of things, all kinds of strange things are known to happen out on the seas.
But does
So
this
what-
seem like one of them? Or is this unusual even for the unusual? Like, is this strange even for the strange?
You're not too sure. It feels like it could have been just a freak storm.
So what you're trying to say is that these big these big storms that destroy everything can just happen, just like that.
What is strange is you don't know of any winds powerful enough to bend the car and steel or even push the big rock. You don't know of any storm that is capable of doing that.
Wait a second. If the wind can do that, what about these buildings? They should be freaking blown over.
Yeah.
Wait
exactly.
a minute.
I was
Wait,
wondering-
you just
Exactly.
unlocked
But
everything.
there is no wind. That is, there has been no storm in all of recorded history that was ever known to actually bend the car and steel or push a giant freaking boulder.
But the lighthouse and the ruins are still, like, intact.
Yes.
We've just blown it all open.
So it's directed. It's not force of nature doing
So,
this.
no, that's not natural. Like, if it bent the car and steel, then these buildings, unless there's some sort of, like, powerful-ass magic surrounding them, but even then, I don't think they would anticipate a storm this big to create magic powerful enough to protect from this.
And this is engineered, but it's not magic. So, yeah.
Exactly. Can we, like, what direction did the rock go in?
So
Like,
as you come
Cardinal
out
direction.
as you come out of the lighthouse, it looks like the big rock was pushed towards the lighthouse.
Towards the lighthouse?
Yes.
And what direction was the rails pushed?
Mm-hmm.
Outwards.
Were they
Opposite or the same way?
It was pushed outwards.
And would that be the same way that the rock was pushed, or a different direction? Like, what's the orientation of the railings compared to the rock?
The railings are along say the stairway on the front part of the island as you come in onto the dock, and then up around the eastern edge of the island.
And they were all pushed outwards?
Yes, and there was one part where you found the coat that was kind of really mingled.
Like, was there, like, a directionality of the mangled parts, or was it just, like, kind of pseudo-randomness?
It was all it seems to it seems that the railing was all bent outwards, like bent towards the sea.
So
As
that
in-
wasn't that. Whatever happened, this storm, like the center was in this island, because it wouldn't make sense for it all to be pushed outwards. Because the front stairwell and the eastern stairwell, they're on opposite sides, right?
Yes.
So they would.
No, they're on this actually the same side.
They're on the same side.
Yes.
But is the rock pushed away from them or towards them?
Probably towards them. It's pushed toward. The rock sits on the, as you come up to the lighthouse. Blah. As you come up to the lighthouse, there's this stone path, and the railing is on the right side of that stone path. On the left side of the stone path is the big rock.
But the big rock was pushed.
It was pushed
Towards
towards
the lighthouse?
it was pushed towards the lighthouse.
That's opposite directions from the railing, though.
Right, as if there was some type of, I don't know, and this is not how a hurricane works, but if it was almost like a tornado that came down between them and pushed
Yeah,
them and pulled.
that's what I'm trying to get at, is like, if they're pushed outwards and then the rock is pushed, like, if they're pushed in two different directions, then that means that theoretically we should be able to find, like, a center, like a focal point. But that mangled bit really throws me off. Was the mangled bit, like, if we theoretically tracked it, would it be in between the rock and the railing? If we were, like, drawing straight lines through everything. I need a map. I need a map and a ruler.
Well, you could go ahead and let's see here. I think I could pull up a something here for you can to draw on.
Okay.
How would I do that? How would I do that, Alex?
Alex?
Just open a brand new map, share it to the party, and whoever can use the pen, the marker to draw on it.
Okay, I'm going to do map, and I will just share it to everyone. There you go.
Right click and grab pointers.
Drawing. Enter drawing mode.
Drawing
So
is on the bottom of the
yeah, I saw it.
wheel.
So, let's say, is this like... Could you give me a general shape of the... Is this like... I'm gonna call this the island.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so...
So
If
on
this
the
is
on the as you came in, it would be the dock would be on the southern side. So the dock would be on the southern side, right there, and the stairway is coming up from the dock and stakes around the cliff, and then up onto the island, and from there is this path that leads up to the lighthouse, and the big rock is on the left side of that path. And this this railing continues up along the eastern edge of the island.
So, like, that way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the rock? That green thing?
Yes.
And then where was its original position?
Basically right there. That would be right where its original position was. And then it was pushed about 25-30 feet towards the lighthouse.
And where's the lighthouse is like, so
The lighthouse.
Where
is,
would
the lighthouse is basically in that general area there.
And it was pushed. Can you draw an arrow in which direction it was pushed to from?
Let's see here. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Yeah, it's pushed around that direction. About 25, 30 feet that direction.
And then these were pushed outwards. And then where are the ruins?
The railings is right along the eastern edge of the island.
No, the ruins, I'm sorry.
The ruins. The ruins are on the western side. Probably around here.
Oh, I put it, like, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's the ruins. And the ruins are still intact. Lighthouse. And where would you place the mangled bit of stairway?
Right around here.
And where's the rails at?
Man, if I knew we were
The
gonna
railing
have
is
to do so
the
much
railing
digging, I would-
wraps around the eastern edge of the island.
Mm-hmm.
And
Man,
which
I
direction
know
the rails are
where-
bent?
They're bent outwards.
Yeah.
So, like, towards the ocean.
If I knew we were gonna have to do so much thinking, I would have told you guys to bring someone else.
Yeah, this is new for Giovanna to be really thinking in the moment and actually trying to solve the case here rather
I
than
took a
create
power
chaos.
nap before. I was actually thinking that. I was like, this is the first time Giovanna's actually been like, there's a mystery afoot. So the dog and the staircase, and it wraps around the eastern portion. And where would this cobblestone path be exactly in like relation to like kind of on this map? Like where would you place that?
So as the railing comes up around the eastern edge of the island, it would be right around. Would you stop that? Would you stop that?
I stopped drawing the Dwayne the Rock Johnson for a while there.
It's freaking giving me a bunch of errors.
Okay.
Like right there. So like
There.
why isn't it letting me draw?
It's giving me a bunch of errors. FGU's being dumb again.
Okay, so if we ever need a map of this land, I've drawn a perfect one.
Look like a baked potato.
Oh, there goes all my lines.
I could still see everything.
Well, I can see everything, but I just drew a bunch of lines because it was like taking forever, so I like didn't realize I was drawing a bunch.
Yeah.
Let's try this.
It's FGU being weird. Excuse us while we have some technical difficulties.
So there's that cobblestone path. And nothing was torn up about the cobblestone path, was it?
I've got to look at this, being from Bifrost here. Everything looks good from here. Yes, this is fertile land. We will thrive. We will rule over this land. We will call it this land. I think we should call it your grave. Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. Ah ha ha ha! Mine is an evil laugh down night. Oh my god. Gods Bifrost, gods. Tarek, anyways.
It's okay.
The potato became a spud.
I accidentally just closed the window. Oh no.
Yeah, I did the same, so that's okay.
How do I open it back up? Is there a way to? So, is there a way to open the window back up? Because I accidentally closed it.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate you.
No problem. We got a real head scratcher here.
Yes, we do. And I'm using all of my brain power, which isn't a lot, but I mean... So we've got the mangled bits up here. And then we've got the ruins. And the cobblestone, wasn't... nothing looked like it was torn up. Did it? Or...
The cobblestone, the stone path, no, it didn't look torn up or anything. Looked normal.
and I'm asking this to the guy,
The Varkas?
Was there... You said they would have had to tie stuff down. When you got here, were there things tied down? And were there things that theoretically would have, if there was a huge storm, would have gotten blown away if they weren't tied down, and they weren't?
He says, he thinks on that a moment, and he says, there's supposed to be, like a dinghy or a small boat, down at the dock, that's supposed to be tied down and to make sure that it doesn't, drift away. And when we got here, that was gone.
Okay.
And other things that should be tied down are trying to think. So the dinghy or boat is gone. That's long gone. That's there in case there's some kind of emergency and they need to get out quickly.
But the mangled railing. Okay, but was there anything that should have been tied down otherwise, like equipment that is primarily outside that is gone? Or is there any equipment that would be primarily outside that should have been tied down and wasn't and is still here?
Yeah, there's equipment outside that they usually have outside around the lighthouse. Some of it was tied down, and some of it wasn't.
Was there crates or barrels outside?
But it was still all there.
Any crates or barrels is usually stored on the second floor in the lighthouse. The lighthouse, not the White House.
No, Mr. President. But so you're telling me that there was equipment that was outside that wasn't tied down when you got here that is still here, correct?
Yes. But the boat, that's long gone. They don't know where the boat is.
And the boat is long gone, and it should have been tied down. And if there was a huge storm, they theoretically could have tried to go for the dinghy.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't make sense as to why there was, like, the jacket and the mangled bits of railing on the opposite side from the dock.
Yeah.
Can I use an insight point? Can I use that? Can I do that right now? I'm doing it.
Try to get a hint from the Ghost Star, huh?
Please give me something. Because I feel like I'm heading in a direction, but I'm also just like, what?
So you spend a point on some insight to get a clue from the Ghost Star writer. The Ghost Star writer, so the Ghost Star writer, it creates an illusion, and you see this kite tight around your waist, Giovanna, and you feel yourself being blown away by strong winds because of this kite that's tied around your waist.
There's a kite tied around my waist.
Or think like a coat.
And I'm being carried away. Do I know, like, what direction, or, like...
No general direction. It's just you feel yourself being pulled away by this kite tied around your waist.
Kite tied around your waist.
Don't
Are there any
don't think literally when you're don't think literally all the time when you're dealing with the Ghost Star here. Sometimes it will kind of extrapolate or try or give you things in a even sometimes it'll give you things in an extreme point of view. It's just giving you a hint, a clue. Don't take it literally. Like, this guy was literally had a kite tied to his waist. Who the hell would do that?
No, I'm trying to think, like...
In other words, he got blown away.
Yeah, like... But
And
if it was
that
a kite,
wind...
it would have been more of a pulling sensation, not a, like...
If the wind
not
swept across the island, though, then that would explain it.
That would explain, but it just doesn't, the directions don't make sense. And I think that's where I'm hung up on, is like, none of these directions make sense for wind. Because if the bars were bent inwards, then I'd be like, okay, that's real. That's real in this fantasy world.
Yeah, but we're talking about winds that are apparently so powerful that they could bend the car and steel and push a giant rock. That's another thing that we're hung up on. That what could do that?
That's what I'm trying to. And he obviously someone got blown away. And What if I use another point for insight? Can I do that? Can I do that? Is that allowed?
I mean, it's allowed as long as you have story points. It's just you're going to continue getting riddles from this ghost art.
Please, maybe one of the riddles will make sense.
So, this riddle is Ghost Star now creates another illusion of a giant titan of rock bending steel. That's it.
Did the rock go around the stairway like a pinball machine and then just end up back right there? Is that what you were telling me, God?
It's not God, it's Ghost Art.
I shake because like I'm like in one of those like detective movies.
This is why Ghost Art usually stays invisible.
Johanna somehow got one of those like detective hats and coats. It's not like she wasn't wearing it to begin with, but now
Everything becomes black and white.
Riddle be this. Riddle be that. Who's the big black bat? Big. Please don't give us copyright strikes.
I am so
Oh wow. We're laughing at memes in the Discord again.
Giovanna accidentally gets smart, and I regret that choice. Oh my god.
We've got a real head scratcher.
I feel like the guy from the meme that's got all the like red lines. Like...
Does anyone else have any thoughts other than Giovanna? Does Tarek have any thoughts?
Please, Tarek.
So here's the thing. I, the player, have thoughts of ideas of things I can look for that Tarek doesn't know about. So I've been sitting on top of these things saying like, well, I can't bring that up because that's not something Tarek would know anything about. And I can't, like we could look for all sorts of different things that might prove out a storm or not a storm. But that's, yeah, it's one of those things that I don't have. Tarek is willing to accept that there may be supernatural powers here, which I know the Vicarian wouldn't.
I want to go to the mainland and call Bifrost.
Yeah, I would say that the biggest thing is that the shredded coat suggests the guy was like snagged on the railing and then it just kept whipping around until he was gone. Like that doesn't give me the impression of being crushed by the rock rolling around the island.
No,
so
that's the thing. That's the part that gets me from that theory too. Is that specific spot would not be mangled, and the fact that it's showing me a vision of a sentient rock monster just that, because there's no sentience to this rock unless something literally, like, picked up the rock and used it somehow. Seth, give me more story points.
yeah, Giovanna gets another story point. Eric, you get a story point too.
Immediately on insight. How mad would you guys be?
Another one on insight. She's abusing Ghost Star right now. Oh no. She's abusing Ghost Star.
There's no indication that the rock was picked up by anything. We do know that a tremendous elemental power was used of sorts that could be either explained by a storm or something else.
Giovanna just spent another story point.
Give me the insight.
So all of a sudden, you see this huge storm cloud rolling in, and it just rolls in right on top of you all of a sudden, and winds are blowing at speeds you've never imagined.
Seth, is that all you're giving me, Seth?
Yes. And everyone make reflex saves. You use Ghost Star, I get to have fun. 27, 13, 18, 25. So Giovanna rolled twice somehow.
Oops.
31. So Giovanna, I'm going to take the first one.
Okay, that's fair.
You go blowing off. You get blown off the edge of the island and into the sea.
Wait, who am I blown off by?
The wind.
The wind.
The wind from this storm.
It was a real storm. It just wasn't as powerful as the one that might have, ricked the railings and stuff. This is just minor wind, and it threw you off the island.
There's something here. There is something here.
Or it was Ghost Star. She spent a story point. And Ghost Star will sometimes create illusions and sometimes write direct messages. Right now, it's feeling a little riddly.
Yes, it is Goat Star.
I think that we have a lot of information. I don't know that there's anything much more here we can find. They got caught up in something, quite possibly a storm, that probably swept them out to sea, and we even know the rough direction, so we could theoretically take the ship and begin to look, if we wanted to,
I
in
want
the
to go
direction.
to the mainland where I can get on a comstone and call Bifrost.
So,
Can you say Giovanna has gone with the wind? The thing is, Meek, I'm not sure she was ever really there, except right this moment, somehow. This is the one moment she was actually really here.
Nope, he doesn't know it. I was trying to see if he knew anything more about this that would allow us to prove once and for all that it was a heavy storm. And he just doesn't have that knowledge.
Fuck it, I'm gonna use I'm gonna try to roll that, and I'm gonna use. We're running out of time for the session, so I'm gonna use one of the epic points on this one.
Okay, what are you spending one of the epic points on?
Whatever everyone else is trying to recall knowledge on, that.
So, you're spending an epic point, and that immediately gives you a critical success on this check, this nature check. And you immediately have this stroke of brilliance that it would have to be the perfect storm, the storm of the century, which may happen for a variety of different reasons that all coincide at one moment to create a storm of monumental magnitude. Whether that would be visible to the people on the mainland, that's what's weird to you. You would think that would usually be visible to the people on the mainland, but they're claiming that the skies were clear.
I have another question.
You have lots of questions.
Okay. Is there a place when we go back to Highwind that studies meteorology that I can look and try and discern weather patterns, and if theoretically something off the sea could create a so-called perfect storm?
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Ooh.
In Strovengar, there is such a place. Because they have to have a kind of meteorology office there to keep track of these things. Because they have to alert the rest of the country if something big is coming, right? It's like say a hurricane that could rip through residential areas. They have to keep track of that stuff.
I need to be there right now. Guys, we gotta get back to the mainland. I gotta get back to the mainland. I gotta call Bifrost.
Sure. Yeah, we can go back. Maybe we can do a sweep over the section of ocean where it's possible these people were dropped.
Yes, let's do that. And also go to the mainland.
Yeah. I mean, it's not entirely likely that the body floating out there for possibly up to 40 days would still be around.
28 days. Wait, no, 40 days.
Yeah.
28 days was the time
Probably
between.
be consumed, unfortunately, but...
Are there any... Okay, you know what?
Oh, wow. So, you head into the boat and start taking a sweep around the around the island. You start taking a sweep around the island to see if you can find any sign of anyone who was on the island. Wow. You start taking a sweep around the island to see if you can find any trace, and you don't find any trace of anyone here. So then you pack up and start heading back to the mainland, to Stravongar. And your first stop is to call Bifrost.
Yes, that is my first stop.
Okay, so you call Bifrost. Bifrost?
Hello.
Bye, Frost. It's Giovanna. Sorry, I missed therapy.
No, it's okay. We're dealing with some things here. What's going on? Is there a problem? Tell me there's not more people that are gone that we missed. Do I have to add more names to my book?
No, you don't have to add any more names to your book. Well, theoretically, you couldn't have saved them because it might have been a force of nature.
Okay.
And then, can I just say I explain it to him because he is...
Yeah, you can...
And two,
Yeah.
that's Bifrost, not Terex.
Yeah, you explain it to him.
Yeah, I explain the situation to him. And I show him everything, including my map.
The Comstone doesn't send images, but that's okay.
It does send images, actually.
Oh, awesome. Wonderful. We have a special Comstone.
It sends hollow stones. Hollow images.
Amazing. So, that looks... Is that a rock? Okay.
Yeah.
And then there were things... There's a lot of lines on here. So, it looks like you're looking for something that would travel in this direction. This is busy. It would have to be almost like everything has to work in the same direction at once. That's very interesting.
That's what I said!
So, I think you're on a right track. You would need to find somebody who's an expert on this, though, to confirm that that's what happened. And there would be so much math. Yes, I would say you definitely are on a good track there. I'm asking you, Seth, would survival be a helpful thing here for Bifrost to contribute for trying to understand the nature of these things? Because I know that knowledge nature is a little more like the forces of the world.
Well, Casey, I would assume would explain what she came up with about the perfect storm, the storm of the century.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would say that it sounds like Casey's got it. There'd be no way to protect from something like that, though.
But that's the thing, is the buildings are fine, the ruins on the island are fine, and from the mainland, everyone said it was clear skies that day.
Yes, that's possible. I mean, the weather patterns in that area can be very complex. I mean, you have a lot of things here to propose. Are you suggesting there may be some type of magical influence here or something?
There has to be. There has to be.
Well, Bifrost can contribute a religion roll if you want.
Sure.
Please.
Yeah, I mean, not much more than what actually I think Tarek came up with, but Bifrost is able to say, well, the Almanan gods that would be involved in something like this would probably be Elzrava and Veterol. If you were dealing with something else, something more occult in nature, there are certain of the betrayer gods that might be able to do, not betrayer, but the elder gods that can do stuff like that. But I don't know that you've got any evidence to suggest that's going on.
And I told you about my 3 insight things too, right? I would have told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Your ghost star sounds fascinating and requires probably a lot more understanding. But I would say, I would say you definitely need to be aware that sometimes things can use natural forces but not be natural. So, and that could actually explain why it might not have been seen from the mainland, depending. No purple lightning, though.
Not that was written about in the logs. But it seems that it was 1 second everything was clear, and then the next it was just a storm was descending upon them. There wasn't much detail other than just saying there was strong winds.
Did you see anything unnatural in the sand, like in the ground, the natural ground, that might have suggested, extreme weather effects like lightning or the like?
So,
Sometimes.
the surface of the island is a very hard soil. It's a very cold environment there. So the soil there is a really hard from the cold weather.
And I assume there's not like a beach landing. It's all rock around that.
Yeah, it's all rock.
Okay, so yeah.
So yeah, you might have seen. I mean, if there was lightning strikes, you probably would have seen, like burn marks on the ground or something, and you didn't see anything like that, right?
Not that I asked to look for.
I mean, so the only other thing would be something like that. But if it's just wind, I mean, wind can do a shocking amount of things, but that would be wind that's unprecedented, certainly.
All right.
I'm sorry. I admit I'm a little distracted with what's been going on. Did you know that this stuff was here? There's all sorts of things on the land, and there's
yeah.
It's been abandoned. I'm sorry. I'm distracted, but no, it sounds like what you're dealing with is very big.
I just need to connect the dots. There are dots, and they just need to be connected, and I don't have the string.
Hey, can I also make a call real quick when you're done?
Yes. Bifrost, thank you for your insight.
I wish I could help more.
I wish you could help more, too. I will see you later. Maybe for therapy. Maybe not. Probably not.
Understood. We'll plan to talk.
I will probably avoid those plans. Anyway. I'll talk to you later. I hang up. And I hang up and I hand the comm stone to Casey.
Casey goes ahead, calls someone, goes into a corner. Agatha, help me out here. These people are crazy.
Hey, Casey.
We can hear you!
Yeah, me. Okay, Casey. Are you ordering something? Yeah, let's get some pizza. Read that cheese pizza.
No, I'm not disarming a trap this time, and no, I'm not in trouble.
They have.
This time, I promise. I promise, really.
There are all sorts of stores here, including places that sell that vodka. That was really good.
I'll talk to you later.
Oh my god. So, the next stop is the meteorology office?
No, we're gonna go gift shopping for a minute because Giovanna needs a brain break. And if I have to start plotting triangles and actually using real math in this, I'm gonna scream, and that's almost where I'm at. You better prepare some actual dimensions for me. I was a math major, IRL, and I'm about to put that degree to use.
Go on right ahead. I would love for you to do so. But it is getting late, and what do you guys think? Do you guys have an answer?
No.
Well, I mean, we have the potential for an answer.
No, you don't.
But we don't have certainty that we're right. And if we could get away with doing what the Madrigar does, which is just declare, yep, perfect storm, sorry you lost your people. But that would be copping out, so we got to finish the job.
Meanwhile, Casey's actually still on the phone, saying, like, they summarized the mission and are now just going, wait, is that really how lighthouses work? Damn.
Oh, we could actually look into the whole why it got turned off, too. Because there is the possibility that there was still sabotage as well. So.
That's one of the main things that I want to try and figure out. Because
so some of us need to talk to the engineers and some of us need to talk to the weather people.
I need to talk to all of them.
Well, I mean, you guys can talk to her now. She kind of like, Casey kind of like hands the stone.
I pick up the stone. I'm like, hey, Agatha.
Okay, so Tarek, as they're having this conversation with Agatha on the comstone, make me a perception check.
Will do.
So
I see something.
Exactly?
So you're out on the cobblestone, the road. You're out on the cobblestone road in Stavanger in the city, and as they're in the middle of this conversation with Agatha on the comstone, you manage to you happen to glance off to the side as there are crowds of people going down the road, and this strikes you as odd because most of the people, pretty much the majority of the people that are
Okay.
OBS reconnected. Sorry about that, folks. We had a bit of a technical difficulty. So, as Casey and Giovanna and Beak are having this conversation with Agatha on the comstone, you happen to look to your left, as there are crowds of people, crowds of Vicarans going up and down the cobblestone road. And what strikes you as unusual is that there was one rather unusual looking human. And I say really unusual because what struck you as really unusual was his eyes were pitch black. And something about his facial features had sort of fish-like. It looks sort of fish-like. And that is where I'm going to end today's session.
Okay.
I want to thank our viewers for joining us. We have a little bit of a technical difficulty. I caught an error message that came up on OBS. We seem to be okay. So, thank you all for joining us for this session. we will be back live on Saturday for the Saturday team for What Lies Below Part 2. And we'll be back for The Perfect Storm Part 2 on... Let's see, what is the Perfect Storm Part 2 will be on April 5th. We will see you guys then. Bye.